Hey everyone, Eric with Rockin H TV 61. Tonight we have the ultimate Chevy showdown. We are going to compare the C65 that's manufactured to the wonderful looking C60 that was just released by M2 Machines. And we will let everyone know what those are like. We'll do a wheel comparison and just kind of give you the heads up and the lowdown on these new and cool rigs. Pretty awesome machines, I think. So we will get that underway. So we got people coming in already. It's Matt and Scott. Welcome, welcome. Chris is watching from New Zealand. Welcome, Chris. Hi, there he is from Scott. Or Scott saying hello. Vaughn's watching. Welcome. Good to see you. Matt, I failed to get your frame in the mail today. It'll go out tomorrow. Sorry about that. So, little business transaction there. We got Dustin in the house. Welcome. Quick question to you guys watching, those of you coming on, who's going to St. Louis? I have myself and Mock Farms, Garrett Mock. He and I will be in room 118. And if you guys watching and you want to stop by, would love to say hello and shake your hand. And Garrett has a bucket load of stuff he would love to sell. So there you go. Dylan, hello to you. Matt, no, I did not. I failed to do that. Take it with me to work this morning. Whoops. So I'll get it out tomorrow. Yeah, Scott, you should go. It's about a 9.5 hour drive from my house to St. Louis. A little bit more for Garrett because he's out in Colorado. But yeah, we got a little surprise. I'll share. You've been seeing a few photos, some teaser things that we've been working on. So, but you'll see more of that on later in the week. So it'll be fun. And I'm looking forward to it. And part of it had to do with all that corn I posted in the No Secrets Lab. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Good evening, Alan. Welcome. Good to see you. By the way, who is going to St. Louis? Anybody here going to St. Louis? Just leave a comment in the comment box. That would be good to know. And here is what we're working on tonight. Whoops. Oh, that comes off. Sorry. Learned something here just a second ago. Get that off. Well, we'll do that later. So here's what we're working on tonight. We have these two bad boys coming together. It's going to be cool. I'm in love with both those trucks. If those little C65s weren't 60 to 65 a piece, man, I'd be buying a bunch more of those. Which are the same price as a DCP. What am I complaining about? I go buy a bunch of them, right? Scott, would I come to Dyersville? Yeah, well, actually 2 years ago I was there. It's just a longer drive is really the only reason I don't go. It's just a longer drive. Garrett actually went this year by himself, and so he was getting display ideas and buying stuff for his bottle farms and stuff that he's got going on. So I know he went last year from Colorado and drove up. I tell you, man, a plane ticket would be awfully attractive to go up there. Whew. Man, fly out of Garden City to Dallas and right up to Iowa, that'd be okay. And Scott says, I might make it there, hope to anyways. You should come down to, I don't know where I forget where you're at, Scott, I forget. But it'd be worth a drive, at least. I like St. Louis because it's all in one spot. You don't have to go outside. And all the restaurants are right in one spot. Garrett and I last year, the reason we got a room was we thought, well, number one, we could get a room. And we thought, well, hey, we'll sell whatever we happen to have on hand and stay in a room and maybe pay for it. So that was our reason to do that. So, and it worked out fine. So we have a room to stay in and sell out of. So, and Dustin says, just don't bring any snow with you. Well, if there's any snow to be had, I'm going to leave it here because it's bone dry and we could use moisture in a bad way. I've got cracks between the foundation of my house and the dirt, an inch wide. It's not good. Vaughn says the sugar beet display. Whoa, missed that. I'm looking around my little holder thing. Sorry about that, guys. The sugar beet harvest was next to my display at Minot this past weekend. Cool. That's awesome. I forget you're up there a ways, Vaughn. Let's see. We have Eric, Amy, welcome. Christian is on, welcome, welcome. Good group of guys here. All ready to see this showdown on these two different cabs. Yeah, they're pretty awesome cabs. I like them really well. I can see a 3D printed 5-spoke wheel in my future. I do believe, unless somebody's already got it, but I wanted a specific size because, and I'll show you that. I'm going to get into that as we do this comparison. So, yeah, we got about a minute more. And we have Nathan on. Tim is here. Hey, guys. He says, Tim Isbell. Am I saying that right? Welcome, Tim. So, yeah, that's going to be cool. So, looking forward to a trip to St. Louis. I've got my shopping list on my phone. That's cool. So, I'm looking for a Freightliner and a couple of S-Series IHs and some buds. I'm going to stop by, Fred's name totally escapes me. John Eschy's room and get me some 2-hole buds and maybe find me some fronts. Nathan says, I expect to see mountains of corn, Ella. yeah. That's all going to get planted this week. There is, 13 bags times 300, that many pieces of corn. Hey, I'm Brent from Iowa. Good to see you, Brent. Good evening to you. And I do owe you a message on my Rockin H Farm Toys page where you're watching. I need to answer you. I saw that today and then didn't take time. So, it is 8:30, folks, so let us get rolling. Hey everyone, it is Eric with Rockin H TV, session 61. Tonight we are going to compare the Chevy C65 and the Chevy C60 just released. Both of them are really cool, offer different things, and we're going to take a look at them. They're out of the box. I'm going to show you what stock looks like, and then I'm going to show you two of them that all I did was a wheel swap, so you can kind of get a taste and a flavor for what these are, advantages, disadvantages, all that good stuff. And then we will go down the road. And before we get too far, we're going to say hello to William, 18-foot grain beds, toy trucks, and more is John Eschy. Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much, William. And hello to Ward. So, right away, we're going to flip the camera around and get to work. And Jimmy, right out of the gate, is asking who sells the C65, and that would be Matson Miniature sells these right here. Okay, now if you guys saw my little banner I posted about these C65s, I was told, one comment on one of the pictures I posted in a group said, these are not Neo. Now I've been told that these were produced by Neo. I guess I'm wrong. If one of you knows who manufactures this, please let me know. And I will be glad to change what I'm saying. All this time I thought these were Neo. So while I was out here, before you guys were looking, here's the manufacturer of this cab. It's SMG12 LLC. Now, before we got live, I went and did a quick internet search for LLCs and found SMG12 LLC is owned and operated in Kentucky. This LLC is registered in Kentucky. And, Fritz. Now I forgot it, guys. I knew I should have wrote it down. Dadgummit. But there's a guy, whoever owns this LLC is the one that produced these trucks. Now, whether he manufactured them himself or hired it out, I don't know. So if one of you guys knows and you can set the record straight, I'm more than happy to say, oh, I made a mistake, obviously, and then, whatever. So I'm not going to say these are manufactured by Neo anymore, but they are manufactured by SMG12 LLC. Okay, so this is the manufacturer, and it's a guy, doggone, I bought some of these from him. Son of a gun, or maybe I did. Maybe I bought them, I don't remember. It's too long ago and I've slept since then. But, so, this is the way it comes in the box. You'll notice this one's missing its flatbed. I bought this one without a flatbed. And then it has the mirrors and some other mud flaps and whatnot in a little baggie kind of like DCP trucks come with their extra mirrors and chains and whatnot in a little baggie in the package in the clamshell. So this is the C65 in the box, and of course we have the M2 C60. This comes in a couple of variations already, and this is the only one I bought because I like that color. The orange and white one that's available at this moment, don't like that. If you guys love it, power to you. You're great. I don't hold anything against you. Not my style, but this is my style. Here we go. So that's it. That's the C60 in the package, made by M2 Machines, which we've all come to know and love. And how do these come? Well, I already took this one out and spoiled the money shot for you, but they come in this nifty compact package here, and 2 screws hold these in, and then those don't come off very well sometimes. Sometimes they do. But anyways, these are just the things that kind of help hold these in the package. Okay, nothing fancy there except for just packaging. And if you didn't know it, that pops off, which I don't know, I should have known that. Heck, somebody's already posted photos of these. Not like it's a mystery, right? Anyway, so that is the out of the package M2 Machines C60. I dig them. I mean, you can see C60 correctly there, or this detail on the hood. I wanted to say GMC because I'm holding out for a GMC. Chevrolet across the top. Yeah, I gotta have a GMC because that's what my grandpa drove. And then here is the SMG12 LLC C65. Nothing on the bottom to indicate who it's manufactured by. Again, the mirrors you can attach once you take them out of the package that comes in the clamshell, along with the mud flaps, and there's holes here and here for the mud flaps. If you can't see those, it's dark. Maybe you can, well, this one you can see. There's a hole here and here on both sides for mud flaps. You can attach those or not if you want. This is a resin cab, so all of this is resin. And this is resin here. And then this also is resin. So your front end that holds all this in is resin. And I'm not sure what that I think these are just plastic, and then all plastic back here. But I do know that's resin because I took one off and broke it. Or tried to take one off and broke it. How do you like that? How nice. Anyway, one kind of neat little thing here. These windshield wipers, I think these are photo etched, and I don't know which guy they paid to put these on, but he must be an alcoholic because yikes. They're tiny, they're little, and they fall off, and then when they do, you can't find them. These lights across the top of the cab are little plastic pegs, and then there's a little plastic turn signal kind of pushed into the side there. Again, that looks like photo etched metal with a little orange paint on it. GMC across the front. I kind of like GMCs. I don't know why. Well, probably because my granddad drove GMCs and he liked them. And we have a license plate up here. That is the GMC, or excuse me, well, the C65 and then the C60 out of the box. Now to compare them. Let's do a little top-down look. Okay, you can kind of see here, this particular cab is narrower than the C60, and I think that's probably right. All of you guys that are aficionados on these different brands of the real trucks, if you're an aficionado of the real truck, chime in. It seems like these in real life are wider than the Chevy, or excuse me, than the newer C65. So this is a 70 compared to, say, an 85, or maybe a 79. I don't even know what year this one would be, the white one. This one we know is a 70 because that's what it says on the box. And it didn't change from 71, FYI, because that's what my grandpa's is, a 71. And if I'm not catching your comments, please don't think I'm ignoring you, okay? Quick shout out to Dale there too. Hi, Dale. So you can see this one is noticeably narrower than this one, and then we can go ahead and do a front end, and you can see again that the white is narrower than the green. Just, I mean, not by a lot, but it is, you know. And then this one also, I should note, you can't see it here, but this one is taller than this one. And I think I might be able to pull that off so you can see how they are taller than one another. I'll give you a little handy dandy straight edge here. Logan Skeel, that's who it is. Logan Skeel is SMG12 LLC. That's who that is. I knew it'd come to me. So if you're just tuning in, at the beginning of this, I thought Neo manufactured these. I was told in a comment in a Facebook group that Neo did not manufacture this, but I can tell you for sure SMG12 LLC did, and that's owned by Logan Skeel. And thank you to Google for that information. That's where it came from, was Google, so it has to be right. You'll notice this truck is a bit taller than the C65. C60 taller than C65. And you can see just by the bumper height. Of course, this is a terrible way to do a comparison because I can't keep them level. Just the cab height is taller. Top of the cab is taller. So there you go. Excuse me. All right. What else can I show you here? We have Tim says, about all I know, they are 7.5 to 8 foot wide in real life. Well, thank you for that, Tim. Good to know. And which they are you talking about? Is it the... Just a second. I got to take this off because it's just driving me nuts. It's like I'm type A or something. Okay. This cab is also die cast all the way through except for this plastic here. But the rest of it's all die cast, man. That's pretty cool. Okay. One of the big differences that I've noticed so far is the tires. Obviously, the white one has the 5-spoke Daytons, and then we have the 5-hole Buds on the C60. The thing you should notice is that the C60 tires are slightly bigger in diameter than the C65. Don't know why, but it is. Frankly, I think these little larger tires look better, but I have to admit, this is one of the best 5-spoke Daytons on the market for this size of cab, for this particular cab. As I recall growing up, these always looked a little smaller than your standard semi wheels. I mean, it could be just a visual thing, I don't know, but they certainly look smaller. So we have Zane says, the tires look out of scale on the 65. And Tim says, I know the 73 to 87 C65, but not sure on the 66 to 72. Very well, all right. Okay, there, I'm gonna dump that off, get it out of the road. What more let me see here. Real quickly on Teardown, if you want to take one of these apart, it's very, very simple. I mean, just dumb simple. To take the cab off of this, let me get rid of that one. To take the cab off this, and we'll just do that quick just so you can see it. It's just one screw. And then the bad boy is off. Okay, so just like on DCPs, I'm going to put that right where I won't lose it. It comes off just this easy. And it's a little tight coming out the back, but it does come off. And you may have to take the bed off all the way to get the cab off. I just noticed I took the cab off first when I tore one down over the weekend. Well, I didn't really tear it down, I just took the bed off is all. So you have a die-cast flatbed there. There we go. Ta-da. Or, come on, let go. There we go. And then it just comes right apart. Well, maybe it will, huh? And then you have a little mushroom piece of a die-cast pin there you got to drill out to get the glass out, and then a little plastic here you can shave off to get the bumper and your headlights out. Or no, I'm sorry, the grill. The grill's what comes out. So the grill, the bumper, and your glass are 3 parts. And then you can strip it down and paint it just like any DCP or what other die-cast truck you love. Okay. And then the frame's nothing special. It almost looks fairly universal to some other frames I've got from the same manufacturer. Okay, set that off to the side. The C65, this bed here, if you're going to take the bed off, what you can do, it's probably, well, you know, I am going to take this bed off because I need to take it off anyways because this won't stay a flatbed. Not a flatbed guy. But you can take that off by getting your knife in between the frame and the bed, and this one actually came off pretty clean. I normally break them. And that's how you take the bed off on that. And you'll notice I broke off one of the little resin little pins here that kind of hold it on the bed. But that's just the way it goes. Both frames are die cast, so you can stretch them out, clean them out, do what you want there. And then this cab here also, 1 screw. Oh, rats, look at that. Huh, we want to keep this. That's my turn signal. Where am I going to put that so I don't lose it? Okay, turn signal, we got that taken care of. Again, 1 more screw here, and the C65 easily comes apart. Now, since this is resin, I'm not gutsy enough to take this and strip it down and repaint it, because resin, I'm not doing that. And my bad, there's 2 screws. Don't forget one underneath the driveline. I am not taking paint off resin. I'm not doing that. Maybe someday when I feel like I don't mind smoking $60, I'll do it. But yeah, not today, Zerg. And then, there you go. That one's apart. Ta-da. So, and then, I don't know why you'd ever want to take it apart if you're not going to repaint it, but it does look like there's glue that holds the interior on, and then of course you have your tanks that are separate. So that's the guts of the C65 versus the C60. So die-cast, resin. I'm not afraid at all to take this apart, strip it down, and repaint it. I'd do that all day long. And this one I would not. Okay, I want to go back and just take a look at some questions and comments. Make sure I'm keeping that up. We've got Bobby. He says 10 by 20 wheels. Zane says, and most of the C65s had 10, 20 truck tires, I believe 22.5-inch rims. Okay, that is something I don't know. And then Jason, that all black interior could use a repaint for sure. I think ours was either odd baby blue gray or a combo, right? They had pretty generic interiors on these things, but this is just plastic, so don't be afraid to paint that up. For sure, if you want to add some detail to it, it'd be simple. Okay, now on to a mild custom. So, I say custom, this isn't even custom. A mild wheel swap, how about that? Again, these are the wheels off of the C60. And frankly, I think these look a little better on this truck. Now, I'm not a fan of this style of wheel. I don't care for this style of wheel at all. But as far as the size goes, I just think it fits up in there a little bit better than the 5 spokes, because the 5 spokes are just a wee bit smaller in diameter. Take a look at that. I mean, it's not much, but it is smaller, in my opinion. And I don't have a micrometer or anything, or a caliper to put on around that to double check, but I do know that those are smaller. And let me see. Tim says, engines of the top of my head were 366 to 454 V8, believe, but not sure. I think the older ones had a V6. My grandfather's 71 C60 has a 366 in it. And then he had a newer one with a 350. Okay. And then this is the Dayton's on the C60. This is what my grandfather's, as a matter of fact, this is really close to my grandfather's truck color. His was medium green, which is a factory color from General Motors. And then he had Dayton's and a 16-foot bed behind it. So that's what these two look like with the wheels swapped on them. So I definitely like this size better on this cab. I just think it looks a lot better. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, what else do we have? Jared says 327 or 427. You know, I think you could order these. I've been around these trucks quite a bit, just because I've worked for a number of different farmers, and they all had these older trucks. They all had this or these, and one had a 427, one had a 350. Grandpa's had a 366 in it. He had another with a 350. Another one I drove, 366, and a brown light, had 2 sticks in it. That was a pain to drive. I couldn't drive it. That was a disaster. Yeah. Just for information too, let's do this quick. The wheels do come off with a wheel puller really easy. So if you were wondering, they come off. Simple, okay? And something you should know, if you're going to do this C65 wheel swap, there's something you should know, is that this axle is much shorter. It's not the same diameter as this, so you're going to have to get more of this rod to make the wheels, to do the swap correctly. And how are we going to do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Oh. This rod right here, 0.047 music wire, right here, is basically the same diameter as this axle right here off of the M2. It's just a scooch narrow. It's smaller in diameter, but nothing. I did this wheel swap and it was easy using this 0.047 music wire. Now, that's to assume that you're going to be doing those wheel swaps. Okay, Zane says our 82 C65 had a fuel-injected Pincher 8.2 diesel. And Christopher says our 70 C70 had a 427 air brakes and a 5 and 4 tranny. Tim says he's looking for a Kodiak because he would like to have a Kodiak body style. Right on. Those are all good choices. So ultimately, my goal here is to, I'm going to get some of these, I've got some of these goofy Ford rims, and I'm going to do some wheel swapping and stuff to make this all the way I want it. Anyway, if I get this bed on here, okay, here's my handy dandy PLA 3D printed bed I bought off 3D Hubs. I think I'm going to take, well, I don't think I know. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a tandem out of this one and stick this goofy bed on it and take it to St. Louis with me. Although I'm going to splash some red paint on this. So that's going to be kind of cool. That's actually going to look pretty good. The bed itself is not real pretty because of all these lines in it, but it's going to look good when I'm done with it. All right. Okay, guys, what can I show you about these trucks? We have got, oh, hell's bells. I think we're way past time. Okay, I got to wrap this up because I've kept you too long. Okay, guys, I got a little carried away here. I wasn't even looking at the clock. Is there anything else that I can show you? Better get to painting. St. Louis. Yeah, no kidding, Jason. Am I going to see you there, Jason? Are you coming there, right? We've got about 8 minutes left. Is there questions or comments about anything you've seen tonight that you want clarity on, or anything else more that I can share with you that you want to know about these two different cabs? I am glad to share anything else so you don't have to wonder, and you can buy with confidence. Somebody was asking where to buy these Chevys. You can buy them from Dale Matson. If you're still watching, Dale, give a shout out and post your website so people know, or at least your email address or whatever, so people can buy those from you. I don't know how many he's got, but sounds like he's got some left. And yeah, so, right. Yeah, I do need to do some swapping. Maybe he could trade me. Ooh, that'd be fun. We'll figure something out. Anyway, right, so what mirrors would I use? On this, if you're going to put mirrors on this, actually, if you bought one of these, I'm thinking, okay, Corey. If you bought one of these, you get 2 sets of mirrors. Whoops. You get 2 sets of mirrors with one of these. I would take one of these and stick them on this. Or if you could come up with a set of IH TransStar mirrors, those would work. Or even you might find a pair of K100 mirrors. Those might work. Or you can just cut some... You know, I think Greg over at... oh, gosh, why is it totally escaping me tonight? Just driving me crazy. Holy smokes. The Truckin' Little, holy cow. Truckin' Little, he has some mirrors that are cast in zinc or something. They're die cast mirrors. Pretty generic, but I mean, if you need some, they'd work. Steve Marston says, where can you find S-Series international cabs? Steve, those are really, really common. You can find those all day long on eBay. And if you've got a neighborhood kid that has a toy box and likes farm toys, you could probably go buy his for a couple of bucks. He also asked, where is the Lodestar International? Those are harder to find. Again, eBay's a good place to find them. You can look for them at toy shows. Oddball stuff, it seems like I have really a lot of success at eBay. I bought my last... I haven't done anything with... I bought my last GMC Brigadiers on eBay. I got them out of China for 20 bucks each. I bought 3 of them. So, Marcus says, could you put a 5th wheel plate on them? Absolutely you could. I don't see why you couldn't, because 5th wheel plate on... There's actually one of these already released. It's pulling a car hauler, and it's got a 5th wheel plate on it. Again, the C65, you could probably modify a small international DCP 5th wheel plate, stick it on there pretty easy. So yeah, absolutely. Okay. We're coming up on 8:57. What more? Christopher, who sells the C65, and that'd be Matson Miniatures. At this time is the only one that I know of. Other guys have had them, but I know I can buy them from Dale about any day of the week. So there you go. Jared says, who makes the Brigadier? That would be Majorette. So you'll want to go to eBay, look for Majorette Brigadier or Majorette GMC. That's how I found them. And I used different keyword searches when I was looking for them, because obviously different sellers use different names and stuff in the title. They came with car haulers, cement mixers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And they are 1/60th scale, not 1/64. So just FYI, 160, not 1/64. I don't care. I bought them, I love them, and I'm going to keep using them. And Truckin' Little has a resin resin GMC Brigadier for like 30 bucks. You get the cab glass and an interior for 30 bucks, I believe. So there's another place to find them, is Truckin' Little. I bought mine for $20. Do they match up close? Jared says, well, shall we? Let's. Here they are. Here's the Brigadier in 160 and the C60 in 164. Boop. Now, since we're here, and I got one close, we'll do this. Brigadier 160 DCP W900L 164. So, like I said, no, not enough difference for this cowboy. I'm going to use them, and I'm going to like them, and they're easy. Okay, Christopher. Oh, yeah, I got my parts today from you. Oh, brilliant. Well done. Excellent. What did I buy? What did you buy from me? That's terrible, isn't it? Okay. It is 8:59, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, got a lot out of it. Please share it with those who are interested in what's going on with these die-cast trucks, because they're freaking awesome. I love the C65. I love the C60. I'm going to use the hell out of both of them because they just make me happy. And, oh, Pete Frame and Slipper. Well done. Good deal. So, again, thank you for sharing the videos, and I look forward to you next week. Special episode of Rockin H TV coming up this week because I'll be going live from St. Louis, and I'll be showing you something special Mock Farms and I are working on because we just had to do this, and and you're going to see what it's going to be. Over 4,000 stalks of corn and over 5,000 toothpicks. Yeah. Going to be awesome. All right, guys. From now until Wednesday, wish you well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.